What is this metal tube of the brand Minion found in Russia? It was found embedded in the floor during a renovation of an apartment in an old building built in 1910. It is hollow inside and seems like a part of a bigger something. Someone suggested a radiator steam cap, but I can't quite find anything all over the internet for a similar one. Besides, I wasn't able to find such a brand of radiators. What could it be? It's a pocket sputum bottle from around 1890 for people with tuberculosis. This bottle was used to help prevent the spread of disease. Since their discharge was infectious, they were not allowed to spit around in public what they had coughed up, and so they carried something like this. The manufacturer was likely the Ponset Glassworks in Berlin, but there is no evidence of this. The makers of sputum bottles did not want to be publicly associated with tuberculosis. What is this steel hand-forged construction found on a farm in Tasmania, Australia? Likely 100 plus years old and no maker's marks. It measures 1.1 meters tall, 500 millimeters deep, and 900 millimeters wide. I assume it's a press to hold, maybe a log for sawing, hay bales, or something farm-related. The foot pedal can be depressed, which pushes down the adjustable curved wings on the arm. I'm not interested in value, just an indication of its intended use. Any ideas? It's an antique wooden fruit packing box builder. It's basically a clamp for holding parts of a timber box together while installing fasteners, like tacks and nails. While I was visiting my sister in Tennessee, we talked about the tools our father's family had passed down, and she pulled this one out of her Hoosier cabinet. We were unable to identify it, and Google image searches came up empty. The wing nut can be tightened up on the threaded rod to close the jaws, and it looks like a lot of force could be applied, so maybe not a kitchen tool at all. Any help would be much appreciated. It's an early 1900s jar opener. My grandma had a later version that was kind of ratcheting and didn't screw down. You clamp it down on the lid, adjust the wing nut, and turn. We found this at a thrift store, but we're stumped. Any information you have would be greatly appreciated, because it seems to not exist anywhere I've tried looking online. The only thing I've been able to find is that the symbol is apparently a shosha symbol in Japan. Beyond that, nothing. Thanks in advance. It's a World War II Japanese military loop. It's a map magnifier that allows soldiers or officers to examine fine details on military maps. Japanese forces used these tools in field operations and headquarters for precise navigation, artillery targeting, or intelligence work. What is this lead doohickey found in a river near other old industrial and household trash, or an old dumping site? It weighs approximately 2 pounds, made of soft lead, with a dense and easily bendable handle. The screens between the plates are a different metal. Banana peel for scale. Anyone got a good idea? These are plates from a lead-acid battery, like the one in a car, and developed during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Here's an example from a 1902 catalog. They are the key components that store and release electrical energy through chemical reactions. These plates are responsible for the battery's ability to charge and discharge. What is this clear glass imperial quart bottle full of liquid and some sort of construction inside? My mother says her dad found it in a house he bought in Victoria, Australia in 1951. He kept it in his study, and my mum's had it since he died, but nobody in my family knows what it is. Mum says she had it in her room since she was 13, then put it in storage when she got married until probably 1990, when she put it on a shelf in their bedroom. Neither me or my sister can remember ever seeing it until now. If anyone has a clue about what it is, that would be greatly helpful. It's a crucifixion bottle, or God in a bottle, a Catholic object constructed along the same lines as the more usual ship in a bottle. It depicts objects related to the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, including the cross and numerous tools such as a ladder and axe. They have been made since at least the 18th to the 19th century, particularly in Catholic regions of Europe and Latin America. The items inside the bottle are made of wood and are preserved in a combination of water and oil. The bottle symbolizes containment and reverence, as a form of devotion or meditation on the crucifixion. It may reflect the idea of faith enclosed or preserved, or the miracle of fitting something sacred and complex into a small, humble vessel. These are often created by folk artists, monks, sailors, or even patients in asylums or prisons, sometimes as acts of penance, devotion, or expression of faith. What is this thing I found in my grandmother's scrapbook? This was on one of the earlier pages taped next to newspaper articles from the 40s to the early 50s. Her dad was a wildcatter in the East Texas oil field and drilled wells all over. The best I can figure is maybe an oil sample from one of his first wells. None of the other articles were about the oil business though. It looks and feels like metal, maybe part old plastic. Or it could be part of a musical instrument. She played a few. We didn't find the scrapbook until after she passed, and my grandfather isn't sure what it is. I appreciate any suggestions you can offer. It's a 1920s to 30s toy whistle, made from tin plate, a thin sheet of steel coated with tin to prevent rust. Tin was a popular material for toy manufacturing due to its low cost and ease of stamping. These toy whistles were inexpensive novelties sold at fairs, in general stores, or as carnival prizes. What is this small medal with a prop plane and coastline with a lighthouse in the background, made of strong metal? This belonged to my great-grandfather, who served in World War I on behalf of the United States. Among the other medals were a Victory Medal, an Ordnance Enlisted Medal, and a bugle from the Austrian Army. I have attempted to type in every keyword I can think of, and ran it through Google Lens, however no luck. It seems to be made of hard metal, and is about the size of a Kennedy $50. Please let me know if I can provide any additional details. It's a 1920s aviation airplane pocket watch fob, worn by aviation enthusiasts, military personnel, or as a symbol of modernity. After World War I, aviation captured public imagination. Pilots became heroes, and airplanes symbolized modernity, speed, and adventure. Charles Lindbergh's 1927 transatlantic flight turbocharged public interest in aviation memorabilia. Aviation-themed fobs gained popularity as commemorative, promotional, or patriotic items celebrating flight. What is this scissor-like tool that I picked up at an antique fair? It's made of brass, with a pattern of circles. It looks as if the circular part is meant to fit within a tube, and the blade cuts or crimps. It's approximately 11 centimeters long, 3 centimeters deep, and the tube fitting part is 12 millimeters across. Any ideas? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.